It is a lie. It is a lie.
Fani Willis, the DA charging Trump with election interference, is facing the prospect of being thrown off the case, and she's not going down without a fight. From the moment she strode into the courtroom demanding to take the stand, Willis had everyone's attention.
Don't be cute with me and then think that you're not going to get an answer.
She pushed back at allegations that she dated Nathan Wade before hiring him as special prosecutor in the Trump case and that he paid for their expensive vacations.
I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion.
She revealed a lot about her personal life.
He likes wine. I don't really like wine, to be honest with you. I like Grey Goose.
And she always has a stash of cash.
When you meet my father, he was going to tell you as a woman, you should have at least 6 months in cash at your house at all times.
Her candor and fury is sparking intense reaction.
Today was an unmitigated disaster.
This is the Jerry Springer show. This has gone off the rails.
His supporters are spinning the drama as a big win.
Fani Willis had a very bad day.
She was mocked by MAGA World, with some on social media claiming her dress was on backwards because the zipper was in the front. We found the dress on Amazon for $42.99 and can report that she wore it correctly.
I think she handled her business in the courtroom.
The Washington Post is praising Willis for fighting back with gobsmacking fury, defiant in power pink.
She was defiant, she was confrontational, and frankly, she was persuasive.
Many months later.
With breaking news in Atlanta, where a Georgia appeals court has just stripped Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from the 2020 election interference case against Donald Trump in that state.
Opinions vary.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Opinions Varied. It's Opinions with an A. Please like, share, and subscribe. And Fani Willis, whatever you want to call her, trash, sounds good too. She's out. She has been disqualified from Donald Trump's case in Georgia. The racketeering, whatever she did, got him on RICO charges. The whole thing drummed up, fake, like everything else. And she had a affair with her, well, I guess a boyfriend, in Nathan Wade, the prosecutor who she appointed to the case. Huge conflict of interest. The case was dead on arrival, and now it's really dead in the ground and buried. This will not be taken up again. There is no prosecutor in their right mind that's going to empty their office to take in this case. Not going to happen. Case is dead. And we just watched Inside Edition, CNN, Sonny Hostin. Once again, see, how many times can they be wrong? They're always the first. They always rush to be the first to be wrong. How many times can these people be wrong about everything about Donald Trump? Everything. It's another win for Trump. Let's get into MSNBC reporting on this today. I haven't even really watched this clip yet. We'll watch it together. We'll comment along the way. Let's go.
Let's bring in Greg Bluestein from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and former Assistant Manhattan District Attorney Catherine Christian. So, Greg, this filing just came down. It's some 30-plus pages. Walk us through what we know.
Yeah, we're still going through the filing, but we know this completely upends what's expected to be the last criminal case pending against the former president. Remember, this case is still ongoing. District Attorney Fani Willis had that very high-profile questions about whether there was a conflict of interest involving former Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. Will this court rule that there is an apparent conflict of interest that merits her dismissal from the case? I'll read you one quote. While we recognize that an appearance of impropriety generally is not enough to support disqualification, this is the rare quick case in which disqualification is mandated and no other remedy will suffice to restore public confidence in the integrity of these proceedings.
I think that sentence is very strong, and I think it is as strong as it is because of the way she behaved, as we saw. I don't know what she thought she was doing or who she thinks she is. She should be running an OnlyFans page, not a district attorney's office. Her behavior is outrageous. I don't know where these people come from. I don't know where these Trump deranged lunatics, where they come from, what rock they crawled out from under, but they need to go back there because, or just don't. Just keep losing. Keep losing like this. It's entertaining for the rest of us.
So this can still be appealed to the Georgia Supreme Court. It is expected to be appealed to the Georgia Supreme Court, but this is a really decisive ruling against Fani Willis being able to continue this case.
What I'm hearing is the Georgia Supreme Court won't even hear this case. We'll see. But I've heard a couple of people saying on TV, legal experts, that they won't even take this case up. They're going to just say the ruling stands from the Georgia Appeals Court.
Catherine, what's your reaction? What do you make of this ruling?
It's not shocking. It was shocking when we found out that there was this relationship, and you just said it was an unforced error.
But usually appellate courts defer to the lower court, the trial judge who fashioned a remedy. He said Nathan Wade, that's the man she was having an affair with, had to leave, but the office could stay. And this court has said, nope, they didn't. This court said that Judge McAfee did not really appreciate that her decision-making wasn't just the indictment. It was who to charge, how to charge it, and that's at the time when this alleged romantic relationship was going on. And they said that also was one of the reasons why they think it's more than an appearance of impropriety. It's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, obviously. Anybody who's normal, again, normal people, know that. This was never in doubt. In fact, she should be disbarred. So should Nathan Wade. They should be disbarred. They're liars. They did this knowingly, intentionally. They should be disbarred.
And not just her, the entire office is disqualified. So this is another Trump indictment that sort of will disappear. And yes, they will appeal it, but, you know, Donald Trump's defense team will use the same arguments that they did for the Manhattan DA's office and say he's now going to be president. This should be suspended while he's president because you can't prosecute a sitting president.
So you think this just goes away, that this is the end of this case?
Well, practically, yes. I'm certain, I shouldn't say I'm certain, probably the Fulton County DA will appeal it, but Donald Trump is going to be president. And his lawyers are going to say, you know, he's not going to Fulton County to appear in any case. So if anything's going to happen, you have to wait until 2029 when he's no longer in office. So this
case is dead as a doornail. It's gone. It's gone. Just like the Jack Smith case is done.
Effectively is another case that sort of will just, one of the 4 indictments that will disappear.
Well, that's what happens when you have fake indictments. When charges are fake, when things aren't real, they tend to eventually get exposed and go away.
Option I am understanding, Greg, is this could end up being handed off to a different office, different prosecutor. Is there any other office or prosecutor in Georgia you think would make sense that would be willing to take this up?
Absolutely not.
That's such a good question because there is a prosecuting attorney's council that could ostensibly take up a case like this. But earlier on this year, that same prosecuting attorney's council special prosecutor decided not to pursue similar charges against Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, who Fani Willis was earlier disqualified against seeking charges against because of another conflict of interest.
Wow, she's really good at her job, isn't she? She's really seems qualified for this job, doesn't she, ladies and gentlemen? She's just getting disqualified from case after case, high-profile case after high-profile case, huh?
For conflict of interest. So they've already signaled they're very unlikely to seek any sort of charges against any of these co-defendants. And it's also important to note that the judges, the benches, the appellate court benches in Georgia are very conservative. The Court of Appeals is very conservative, and the Supreme Court, 8 of the 9 justices were appointed by Republican governors. So it's a very conservative bench here in Georgia.
So to be clear, Catherine, this case and this ruling is not just regarding the charges against Trump. This is a RICO case. We know there were multiple defendants or co-defendants. What happens as far as those co-defendants?
All of the defendants, because of clearly if Donald Trump was affected by this conflict of interest, so were all of his co-defendants. It's not fair that they have to proceed, but Donald Trump gets off, meaning his case gets dismissed. So all of, and I believe there are 15 remaining defendants.
What about the people who took plea deals?
Pled guilty will probably argue that their plea should be withdrawn.
100%.
That will be a whole other, proceeding. It could be argued that.
You probably feel pretty stupid taking that guilty plea now, don't you? But yeah, 100%. Those plea deals should be absolutely tossed. It's done. All these people they're done. It's over.
No, their plea was knowing and voluntary and intelligent, but they will argue the same conflict existed for us, and we would have never pled guilty if we knew about it. So
100%.
This will be continued at least to those 4 defendants and them trying to get their pleas back.
And Greg, where does this leave Fani Willis?
She should be disbarred, like I said.
Yeah, well, she just won re-election, so she does have another 4 years in office.
There you have it right there. She just won re-election. Who keeps electing these people? Why do you keep electing these people? They're embarrassing you. You're being embarrassed by the people you're electing. They don't represent you. They're representing themselves. They can care less about you. This was all done for her career, to project for her upward, what she thought was an upward projection of her career as a politician, was going after Trump. And as the second big case she's been disqualified from, and she gets reelected. What is going on in Fulton County, Georgia?
a Republican challenger who tried to make this case a big part of her argument.
I hope
that Fani Willis should be unseated. Fulton County is one of the biggest Democratic strongholds in Georgia, so there's no surprise that Fani Willis won re-election. But her reputation is damaged, right? This was an unforced error, as we said earlier.
Damaged? It's in the toilet. It's flushed, actually. Flushed down the toilet. It's in the sewer system. It's done. In any normal circumstance, this is over. This is career-ending.
And this was all of her own doing, and now it unravels, or it might unravel, one of the signature cases, not just of her career, but in Georgia. So it leaves her damaged, and it'll be interesting to see what case she tries to make when she is expected to appeal this to the Georgia Supreme Court.
I'll go a step further. I think maybe there should be an investigation to see if there was any criminal activity involved here when it came to all of this. Investigator. The second time she's been thrown off, disqualified from a case, a high-profile case, and this is the person running the Fulton County District's Attorney's office? You can't do any better than that? There's nobody that's qualified better than that in that whole area to run, or on the planet that you could find to run that office? Like I said, she should be running an OF page. That's all she should be doing. Who she thinks she is walking in. And by the way, that dress, it didn't look like the Amazon photo. Didn't quite look like that on her, did it? No. Regardless if it was on forwards or backwards, not a good choice. The power pink CNN. What a joke. How? Like I said, are these people ever going to get sick and tired of being made fools of, making fools of themselves? Are they ever going to get sick and tired of it? Or is the TDS that bad that they just can't control themselves? They have to just beclown themselves every single day. Everything. It's like with a conspiracy theory, right? What stops a conspiracy theory from being true? The answer, about 6 months, usually, right? Same thing with all this stuff. What prevents these people from looking like fools? About 6 months. It's incredible. And when does it end? Is it now all of a sudden, Elon Musk, the media, and I knew they were going to do this. This is a whole nother video, but with the CR and Elon Musk, and I said this in my other videos about how Trump's nominees, if they don't get through, they now have Elon Musk. Elon Musk can buy and sell George Soros, okay? We have our own George Soros who isn't the devil, and he could buy and sell George Soros 5 times, okay? And Elon Musk is now saying with the nominees and with the CR, you vote for this, I'll primary you. I will fund somebody to primary every single one of you to the point where they cannot lose. And now the media is going to jump all over that, and they're doing it already. And I knew it. Oh, Musk is the president. They're going to try to ding Trump with that to hit his ego and see if he does something with it. He's not going to. He's not going to fall for it. It's so obvious. They are so obvious. They are so obvious. They're so uncreative, so unoriginal. This is stuff that amateurs like me can pick out from a mile away, that you know what their next move is going to be. They're a joke. They're a joke. And this is just another example of them being a joke. Anyway, let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments. Should they investigate Fani Willis further? Should she be disbarred? At the very least, disbarred? Let me know. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time right here at Opinions Vary.
Opinions vary.